A total of 1,587 projects valued at 612.4 billion naira that are under the Niger Delta Development Commission have been terminated and abandoned in the Niger Delta region, according to a report from the NDDC. Data from the report specifically showed that 1,262 projects in the region valued at 407.75 billion naira had been terminated, while 325 projects with a combined worth of 204.64 billion naira had been stalled or abandoned. The report indicated that the percentages of the total contract values of the terminated and stalled and abandoned projects were 7.4% and 1.9% respectively. The report gave a breakdown of projects in the region that had been completed, ongoing, not yet started, abandoned, terminated, and taken over by other agencies. It stated that a total of 7,140 NDDC projects valued at 1.66 trillion representing 41.9% of the total contract valued in the region had been completed in the Niger Delta. The number of ongoing projects, according to the report, is 3,251 with a total worth of 1.5 trillion naira, representing 19.1% of the total contract value of projects being handled by the Commission. The report stated that 5,035 projects valued at 1.45 trillion, representing 29.5% of the total contract value, had not yet been implemented. Away from there now, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission's just released first quarter report has said Nigeria currently owes Nigeria 4.22 billion for power supply. According to the report, Niger's state power firm, Nigerien Electricity Society, was yet to remit the $5.48 million invoice issued for power supply by the Nigerian market operator. The NEC mandated the market operator to invoke the provision of the market rules to curtail the payment indiscipline being exhibited by the various market participants. Last week, ECOWAS, led by President Bola Tinubu, decided on sanctions against the military personnel in Niger, who toppled President-elect Mohamed Bazoum in a coup d'etat. Niger Elect is under contract with a power firm in Nigeria Mainstream Energy for the supply of electricity. Nigeria also exports electricity to the republics of Benin and Niger based on various transaction service agreements. According to a report by Niger Elect, Niger's sole electricity supplier in 2022, 70% of Niger's share of electricity came from purchases from the Nigerian company Mainstream. Electricity supply to Niger is produced in Kanji Dam, located in Niger State. However, to free itself from its energy dependence on Nigeria, Niger is working to complete its first dam by 2025. Located about 180 kilometers upstream from Niamey, the Kandajin Dam is projected to generate about 625 or 29 gigawatt hours of electricity annually. A separate report by the BBC also said major cities in Niger are facing rolling blackouts following last week's coup. The president of Nigeria Consumer Protection Network and coordinator of power sector Prospective, Kunle Olubio, confirmed that ECOWAS will isolate Niger Republic from the electricity supply. And in the meantime, tougher times ahead of gas consumers as marketers have hinted that prices will go up next week. The president of the Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers, Olatunbosun Oladipo, said gas consumers should brace themselves for price hikes starting next week. He cited rising international prices, higher tax rates, and prices of vessels, forex scarcity, and naira devaluation as some of the reasons for the intended price review. Olatunbosun described the imminent price increment as unfortunate. According to him, consumers are now returning to firewood and other alternative for cooking. He urged the government to tax profit and not product because consumers were not buying gas anymore. His reaction came on the heel of findings that vessel scarcity in the international market will push up local prices of liquefied natural gas, also known as cooking gas, in the coming months. Vessel scarcity in the international market has led to charter rate hikes ahead of the 2023 winter, when demand for heating fuel peaks. As of August 1, charter rates surged to $284,750 per day for November and $206,750 per day for October, quadrupling the current price of $70,500 a day, according to data from Spark Commodities as quoted by Bloomberg. The number of LNG vessels floating on the water for at least 20 days also rose in late July, with 42 vessels tracked, which is about 27% higher than the same time a year earlier. Nigerian LPG prices are internationally benchmarked based on Nigerian liquefied natural gas contract prices and are always influenced by international prices. And now the head of equity trading at Interstate Securities has shed more light on the Tinubu administration tax policy, which is aimed at achieving a minimum of 18% tax to GDP ratio within the next 3 years. According to Vincent Oshoma, who was a guest on iBrandTV's Business Breakfast earlier in the day, the government committee's aim is not to increase the tax burdens on the businesses, but bring more taxpayers into the system. Oshoma further concluded that the new policy will be a win-win for both the government and the people.
The president and also the chairman of the committee is one thing that they'll stress is the fact that the goal is not to increase the tax rate, especially at this time. The goal is not to increase the tax rate. The goal is to widen the net. Like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of people in the informal sector. We are looking for ways of bringing them into the system and also to make collection with the aim of technology. What technology can we adopt, can we put in place to make tax collection and tax payment easy, less stressful for people? Because if you make it less stressful, you will be able to encourage business and individuals to pay these taxes. And if you make it more transparent, people will know what they are paying for. I think these are the major issues, and you need to have laws, because most of the laws that are in governing the system that are quite archaic. So they need to revamp those laws. I think these are the issues that the goal is not to increase the rate and overburden the corporate community. The goal is to make it easy, because I think the corporate community, because one of the things that people will always talk about is multiple taxation and lack of clarity in terms of what they are expected to pay. So you have different, after paying federal government, you have different state government and all local government and people and other agencies coming at you to talk about their tax payment. I think if there is more transparency and more clarity, it will make it easy for people to plan and people to organize their business and make it easy for them to pay.
You've been watching The Business Now, coming to you live from our studios. You can watch and follow our social media handle and subscribe to our YouTube channel on iBrandTV. Also, you can follow and join us live on our Facebook page on iBrandTV Media. iBrandTV is on Instagram and in iBrandTV, and can be followed on Twitter at iBrand_TV. You can watch iBrandTV live on StarTimes channel 143. Still ahead, customs and agents disagree over vehicle clearance platform in Nigeria. We'll bring you more details after these commercial breaks. Stay with us.